Today I want to talk a little bit about a serious subject that was brought up by a friend of mine who's going through hearing loss, and that is the correlation of dementia to hearing loss. So don't listen to me, let's listen to the experts and new findings in these studies that have been done. Again, I am not a medical provider. I am not an audiologist or an ENT. I do wear hearing aids. Wah, wah, here's one. I'm just providing this information in case you're seeking it out and it's something that you would find useful. My name is Chantel. I have been dealing with hearing loss for over 10 years now, almost 12 years now, that I've had hearing aids. Probably experienced my first hearing loss that I recognized was about 16 years ago. That was in my mid-30s. So I went through my 40s with my hearing loss and dealing with hearing aids. I'm on my third set of hearing aids. I'm going to have the new set pretty soon because I think these ones are out of warranty. But please don't forget to like and subscribe and share this with any friends or family members that might find it useful. This channel is merely just to provide you with a connection of somebody else going through this and also just to share my experiences. I'm going to cheat a little bit today and I am going to look things up using ChatGPT. ChatGPT, for those of you that are not familiar with it, is an artificial intelligence, which is AI tool, which is extremely helpful. It drills down a little deeper than maybe Google, whereas Google might bring up the articles for you to read. ChatGPT kind of deciphers all the information within those articles and spits out some information. So let's take a look at what ChatGPT has to say. I put in, as you can see up here, hearing loss and dementia. That's what I typed in right where this Ask Anything is. As you can see, it says the connection between hearing loss and dementia has become a major area of research in recent years. Here's a summary of what we know. The first thing it highlights is hearing loss is a modifiable risk factor for dementia, meaning that if you address your hearing loss, it could affect you preventing or mitigating some of your dementia in the future. According to the Lancet Commission of Dementia in 2020, untreated hearing loss in midlife is the largest modifiable risk factor for dementia, accounting up to 8% of global dementia cases. This means addressing hearing loss could delay or prevent the onset of dementia in some people. Number 2, how hearing loss might contribute to dementia. Researchers believe hearing loss may increase dementia risks through several mechanisms. Cognitive load, that's when you strain to hear and your brain uses more energy to process sounds, leaving fewer resources for memory and thinking. Social isolation. Hearing loss often leads to reduced social interaction, which is a known risk factor for cognitive decline. Brain structure changes. Long-term hearing loss is associated with shrinking in brain areas involved in memory and processing sound. Fascinating. Hearing aids may help protect the brain, is the third point. A 2023 study published in the Lancet Public Health found that using hearing aids was associated with a 48%, with a 48% lower risk of developing dementia in people with hearing loss. Other research from Johns Hopkins has shown that people with untreated hearing loss develop cognitive issues faster than those without. Who should be concerned? Anyone over 40 should start getting regular hearing checks. Older adults with hearing loss should strongly consider hearing aids or cochlear implants. I'm way ahead of you all. Those already diagnosed with mild cognitive impairment, MCI, or early stage dementia may still benefit from improving hearing. Well, that's amazing. So even if you are already showing some signs of memory loss, hearing aids could help you, or at least stifle the progression of it. So now it's asking me if I want more studies. And I'm going to say, please give me the latest study in 2025 associated with dementia, I always spell it wrong, and hearing loss. Here's one of the most recent and impactful 2025 studies linking hearing loss and dementia. Study highlight April of 2025. So yeah, just a few months ago from where I'm recording this. And it's coming from the JAMA, which is, I looked it up, Journal of American Medical Association, otolaryngology, head and neck surgery. Well, that's a word I don't say every day. So the overview is researchers tracked almost 3,000 U.S. adults, ages 66 to 90, over roughly 6.5 years. So it's quite an extensive study. At baseline, 66% had audiometrically measured hearing loss. So it probably means that they could measure it with hearing devices and different things. Among them, 32% of all subsequent dementia cases were attributed to hearing loss using population attribution fractional methods. So there you go, like 30%. So if there were 3,000 people in that study, 1,000 of them, 32%, had dementia associated with their hearing loss. Key findings. Dementia incidence was significantly higher among those with clinically confirmed hearing loss compared to those without. Self-reported hearing loss did not correlate with increased dementia risk. Only audiometric tests detected the association. While lower risk was observed for those using hearing aids, the association was modest and not conclusive on causation. And so they cite on here a couple of places where, so this is from the American Hospital Association, and this is from the UCA Health, and then the health one is probably from a health publication of some kind. What makes this study notable? Robust epidemiological design using objective hearing assessments rather than self-reporting, meaning they weren't waiting for people to come in and say, I'm having a hard time hearing and I also can't remember anything. They were doing the study in advance, and they were able to do a lot more using the hearing assessments. Quantified dementia burden. Nearly 1 in 3 dementia cases linked to measurable hearing impairment. So they were able to, during the study, actually link the two situations, which is astounding. Insights on interventions. While definitive causality remains unclear, the correlation supports the potential value of hearing treatments. So they're saying, while the cause of the hearing loss or the cause that I mentioned is not 100% clear, there is benefit to getting hearing treatments, whether it's cochlear implants or hearing aids. So fascinating. So here are 3 other 2025 research where they study different things. Like look at the second one, Nishiyama. They studied adults age 55 plus. So they went a little bit younger than the previous study. Long-term hearing aid users didn't show the same decline. Let me repeat that. Long-term hearing aid users did not show the same decline. Wow. This to me stresses the importance of getting your hearing checked regularly. And maybe it will become more common in our medical practice to suggest that, when you go and you get your checkup with your doctor, yeah, they look in your ears, but they're just looking for topical infections or something, but they're not necessarily testing your hearing and associating it to other health causes. Here is a summary table. Please feel free to pause this at any time. Like I said, I'm going to put some of the links to these in the below or in my bio down below, so you can read them yourself. By all means, digest it, understand it, and of course, ask your doctor what they know about this. So the takeaways: objective hearing testing is more predictive than self-report for dementia risk. The prevalence of hearing loss in seniors means treating even mild to moderate loss may significantly reduce dementia burdens at the population level. So that's saying don't wait till you completely can't hear. Make sure you are looking into getting your hearing tested, because you might have some moderate hearing loss. Even modest cognitive benefits, improved quality of life, and enhanced social engagement justify early detection and intervention. I will say, I don't think I ever retreated from situations not knowingly. Maybe before I was diagnosed with the hearing loss, I did. I know I was frustrated when I had my hearing loss. And I know when I got my hearing aids, I was also frustrated because it was like my head hurt, I had headaches because it was just too much in my brain. Now I'm very thankful that I was proactive and got my hearing tested and moved forward with my hearing aids. So please let me know if this is interesting to you. Please leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. It helps me. Also helps me know what topics are most interest. I'm also going to do a screenshot of a couple of other places. My friend Ginny, who I just did a video with, please check that out. I'll try to put a link at the end for that. Mentioned that even on the Alzheimer's Association, there is a call out to hearing, a hearing correlation to dementia. I also use this little screenshot, which I'm going to put up here maybe, and I used that during my talk with Ginny just the other day that shows seriously like the prevention of even low-level hearing loss and how it can affect dementia.